This script was crafted by the enduring insights of Swiss psychologist Carl Jung, who observed that the modern world, fixated on wealth, pleasure, fame, and power, fails to bring genuine happiness. Instead, it often leads to a profound sense of emptiness, anxiety, suffering, and isolation. Jung aimed to redirect our focus toward the quest for our soul and to re-establish our connection with our true selves, our innermost sanctuary. Life is an exploration of self-discovery, where we uncover our full and authentic personality that encompasses both our conscious and unconscious aspects. Jung referred to this as the process of individuation, a journey of psychological growth. This journey forms an unshakable foundation that sustains us when we are unable to support ourselves. Much like a rock that remains steadfast as waves crash over it, unmoved by the tumultuous sea. Engaging with this deeper part of ourselves allows us to experience tranquility, undisturbed by emotional turbulence. Jung believed that the purpose of life is not to attain perfection, but to achieve wholeness. He described life as having two distinct stages that are integral to individuation. The first half of life is focused on external pursuits, such as work, education, and relationships. We must immerse ourselves in the challenges of everyday life, as this process helps to solidify our character. Nature plays a vital role in this journey, providing the nurturing essence that heals us and offers a wealth of life-giving nutrients. This is why connecting with nature is crucial. We should not become so absorbed in abstract thought that we neglect the practical aspects of life. It is through our body, emotions, and instincts that we maintain our connection to the earth. In his later years, Jung continued to value this grounded way of living. He described a lifestyle devoid of modern conveniences, where he would light old lamps in the evenings, draw water from a well, chop wood, and cook his meals. These simple tasks, he believed, make life straightforward and remind us of the beauty in simplicity. This grounding in reality is essential for transitioning into the second half of life, where the focus shifts to our inner world and the pursuit of individuation. This phase of life, which fascinated Jung, involves delving into the unconscious. The inner world is as vast as the external one, and humans inhabit both realms. However, many people neglect this inner journey, remaining only partially alive. They are unprepared for the natural progression into the latter half of life, and often encounter a midlife crisis because they have not learned to integrate both aspects of their existence. When confronted with significant challenges, we desperately seek our soul, realizing that societal values offer little solace. Conformity, the great annihilator of self-worth, stands as the true antithesis to courage in our society. It's not cowardice, but conformity that often leads us to choose the seemingly simpler path of blending into the crowd, losing our individuality in the process. Courage is required to resist this pressure, as a person can be surrounded by others, yet feel completely isolated if they are estranged from their true self. The quest for the soul is a solitary endeavor, and when we neglect our soul, it continues to stir within us, causing discomfort, restlessness, and a lack of peace. These disturbances, however, are crucial as they motivate us to engage in soul work. Without the challenges and tribulations of life, we would likely lack the resolve to rise above the apathy of everyday existence. People will go to great lengths, even to absurd extremes, to avoid confronting their own soul. The path that leads to ruin is wide, and many travel it, while the way to peace is narrow, and only a few find it through the suffering of the soul. It is essential to nourish the soul, for neglecting it can lead to inner turmoil and the emergence of metaphorical demons. Every significant psychological advancement in human history has come from the suffering of the soul. Embrace your grief, for it is through sorrow that your soul can grow. Like ancient indigenous tribes, Jung understood that losing one's connection to the soul results in a life devoid of meaning. When a community loses its sense of purpose, it may stop reproducing, or in extreme cases, individuals may even lay down and die beside streams teeming with fish, indicating that material sustenance is not the primary nourishment for humans. In contrast to our current superficial way of life, Jung urged us to embark on a profound journey of self-discovery, exploring the depths of the unconscious mind. For Jung, this inner exploration is the true journey of life. Without the soul, the body is lifeless, and without the body, the soul lacks reality. The soul is the repository of our highest values. Dreams serve as the guiding language of the soul, which we must hold dear and ponder repeatedly, like the cherished words of a loved one. Dreams act as small hidden doors leading to the deepest and most secret corners of the soul, opening into the cosmic night that predates any form of ego consciousness. Beyond dreaming, Jung developed the practice of active imagination, where one engages in a dialogue with various aspects of the unconscious. Unlike dreaming, this occurs while fully awake and aware. Jung discovered this technique during his experience of the dark night of the soul, or his confrontation with the unconscious, a midlife existential crisis filled with overwhelming visions and a plunge into unknown psychological depths. It was as if he underwent a psychological death, prompting him to conclude that external death is preferable to inner death. Thus, he turned inward, beginning a profound search for his soul, leading to some of his most significant contributions to psychology. In the Red Book, Jung addressed humanity with a poignant call to his soul. "My soul, where are you? Can you hear me? I speak. I call out to you. Are you there? I have returned. I am here again. I have shaken the dust of all lands from my feet and come back to you. I am with you once more after years of wandering. I have returned to you." He emphasized that there is only one path to the soul, and that is your own path. Similarly, there is only one salvation, and it is your own. If the path before you is clear, it likely belongs to someone else. Each person must follow their unique journey. Thus, look within yourself to fulfill the way that is inside you. When we connect with our inner self, we are more likely to encounter synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, where our inner world aligns with external reality. The first step toward individuation is integrating the shadow, which is not our adversary but our ally. The shadow contains untapped potential that, when integrated, can enrich our personality. It turns dark only when neglected. We must learn to observe our emotional impulses and avoid projecting our own issues onto innocent others. Only after confronting the shadow can we delve into the deepest parts of the soul, which Jung identified as the anima, representing feminine psychological traits in men, and the animus, representing masculine traits in women. These are the contrasexual soul images within our psyche. While integrating the shadow is akin to an apprenticeship, integrating the soul image is the masterpiece. In Victoria Stevens' famous book, Shadow Work Journal and Workbook, soul integration involves taking the feelings, moods, and fantasies of the unconscious seriously and manifesting them through creative expressions such as painting, writing, sculpture, or music. The soul is the source of vitality, and when it is not integrated, it can make us feel lifeless and depressed. It enriches our lives by bringing unconscious content into our awareness. Conversely, the animus provides meaning to our unconscious content in the external world, endowing women with qualities such as initiative, courage, objectivity, and spiritual wisdom. It helps avoid cold, destructive reflections or entrenched beliefs about how life should be, which can isolate a woman from the reality of life. The integration of the soul image leads to the most fundamental aspect, the self. Wholeness is achieved through the union of opposites, where our light and dark sides are united. Jung's individuation process mirrors the alchemist's quest for the philosopher's stone, which symbolizes the self found within. For Jung, alchemy was a psychological endeavor, the art of expanding consciousness and achieving self-realization. When we lose our way or feel unsure about our life's direction, we must surrender to the higher wisdom of the self, our constant inner guide throughout life. Jung did not view himself as a healer, but as someone who could help you heal yourself. The cure should naturally emerge from the wounded individual. This journey toward the self fosters empathy, mutual understanding, and a desire to support others in their psychological maturation, thereby improving our relationships with ourselves, others, and nature. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be experienced. We do not need any esoteric knowledge to connect with the self. Anyone can take the time to look within, reflect on life's meaning, and focus on values, interests, and activities that bring joy and fulfillment. Those who look outside dream, while those who look inside awaken. If you want to explore more about the works of Jung and other eternal philosophers, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share on your social networks. Spread the word of wisdom. Thanks for watching.